Hello, everyone. This is James Pelton. Welcome. Happy Saturday to you all. I hope you had a great week. I hope today is going to be restful for you. And thanks for making a James Pelton AMA part of your restful Saturday. Really appreciate you all being here. If you guys are here, which you are, please hit the like button. That's the first thing you can do. Really helps us out. If you have questions as we're going, please feel free to ask. We'll bring up as many of these questions as we can. And last thing, I like to have a question of the day to start the comments going, because YouTube looks at the comments to know if it's a good video. So I'm going to ask, what was the last good book that you read? What's the last good book you read? So put that down in the comments. For me, this is a cheat, but it was the Bible. Okay, that was this morning. That was I read the Bible. So that's for me. But let me know in the comments what your favorite last good book that you read. So we are here with the SkyFi team. So very excited. We've had them before, but wanted to bring them on for an update. And I always love having teams back on. It looks like we lost Pierre for a minute here. So Greg, you're going to have to hold strong for us for a bit. But I always like having teams back on, because a lot of times we do AMAs and then don't really ever hear from them again. It's like, hey, what ended up happening with their plans and what's going on? So always love having teams back on. So let's go ahead and start with introductions as we're waiting for Pierre to come back. Greg, we'll start with you. Can you give us a quick introduction?
Well, always nice to see you again there, James. So glad to be back here with you guys. Yeah, I mean, just a quick introduction. I mean, SkyFi, I think we're, from what we said the last time, but just a quick update on that one. Basically how we were born is we wanted to be a NFT project that was not based on old money, on new money paying off old money. We wanted to be something that was actually sustainable, something that would help the community, and something that would bring a little bit of a credibility back to the space. I mean, I think we all know that the space has been hurt quite a bit by quite a few bad actors, and we thought, how can we change that? How can we actually bring a real revenue to the system? And basically, that's how SkyFi was born. We were having a look at ways that we could bring the Web 2 into the Web 3 and merge them together. Which I really hope, I'm praying that Pierre's going to show up in the next second or two.
That's the beauty of live things, right? You never know what's going to be thrown at you. I love it. Keeps me on my feet.
But yeah, so he chose his timing perfectly. I see he's just sent me a message. Hold on, give me a second there. Okay. He's probably got a few swear words there, which I'll save your ears for.
Thank you. I wouldn't know them in French anyways, so that's probably all right. Kyle, are you around, or are you just hanging out a little bit?
Hey, I'm around as well. I thought I'd hang out if there's any questions relating to dev and what's happening to the on-chain stuff.
Okay, very good, Kyle. Thank you for joining us here today. One thing I want to say as we're waiting for Pierre to come back, we are doing a giveaway, and it's on Twitter. So I'll just share this here. I'll post a link to this, but you need to like and retweet, tag 3 friends, post a question for the team in the comments down below. So these are some of the questions I'm going to be going through as we get going in this AMA. And there's quite a few, so we probably won't get through all of them, but keep posting them. Or if you have questions here on YouTube, you can post those as well. So let's see. James, are you getting a drone shipped to your house to try it out? I don't know. That'd be great. I do have the DJI Avata that I actually keep in my car, because you just never know when you're going to want to explore some area with your drone. I love it. You look a little bit like a nerd. It has the goggles, so I look a little ridiculous. My wife tries to step away from me when I have them on out in public, but yes. Cosmic says Greg got a haircut, looking sharp. So yes, you are looking good.
Cosmic in the Discord, it's a love hate relationship. Every single time she has a moment to take a dig out of me, she will. But yeah, thank you, Cosmic. I did have her haircut. I forgot to do the front though.
Yeah, you forgot. Forgot the front. I was the opposite. I did the front, but I forgot the back. And Alif says, James, you need more T-shirts in your rotation. I was wondering if anyone would notice. This is the same shirt I was wearing yesterday, and I did sleep in it. I woke up this morning, and I just like this shirt. And it's like, why? I did the sniff test, and it was fine. So I kept it on. I was wondering if anyone would notice, but Alif, you are the man. So, all right, Pierre. Hey, we have Pierre back. Welcome.
Hey.
Technical difficulties, right? They're a wonderful thing.
My heart palpitations have just stopped. Thank you, Pierre.
No, it's good to have you back. We did introductions with Greg. Pierre, could you go ahead and give us a quick introduction of yourself, and then we'll start jumping into some updates.
Okay. As my name said, I'm French. But I leave my country very early. I work on the bank for 8 years. And after I moved to Asia, especially to China, where I spent 17 years in China. It was the beginning of opening in China, if somehow is open. And I built a factory making thermometers for the food industry. And I became the leader of the thermometry on this field, where my major customer was in USA and the major player like Target, Walmart, etc. And I resell my company after 17 years, and I moved to Thailand, where I met my wife. And I built a company doing introducing on the Asian market decoration products. And today I sell one part of my company. I have 3 different companies. I sell one to build a new company, DroneTech in France, is what we are going to talk about today, I think.
Okay, very good. Well, very good to have you. Thanks for hopping on. So again, I think there's a lot of people from the SkyFi community here today, but I think there's a lot of people who may have never heard of SkyFi. They have no idea what's SkyFi doing, what's DroneTech doing. So maybe Greg, could you give us kind of an elevator pitch of what SkyFi is looking out, what they're trying to do, and then I'll ask Pierre about how DroneTech fits into what you guys are doing.
Sure. So basically, I mean, SkyFi, I think, like I was alluding to earlier, is we're an NFT project that aids startups, and we aid existing companies, that are trying to expand. So what we try and do is we identify companies that have got very big potential. Like in the case of Pierre, there being a startup that's opening up DroneTech in France, and basically we negotiate a deal with them. So I mean, these companies, they always need funding. In order to grow, in order to expand. And so what we do is we do our due diligence on them. We have a look, at their potential. We have a look at the revenue that they can potentially be earning. And then we basically sell NFTs. And through the sale, have we lost Pierre again? Oh, my God. Sorry, apologies. Apologies.
No,
Those were the wrong
totally
words to use.
But getting data from across the world into space and then back down, it's a tough thing. So no, we'll make do.
But yeah, so basically, so then what we do is then we aid these companies in their startups, and so we then take rewards from these companies, for the funding that we offer them, and we then in turn reward the NFT holders with part of that funding. So I think just really in a nutshell, it's a very simple model. I mean, there's nothing complicated about it. We don't have complicated tokenomics. All of our airdrops are done in USDC, so we don't have a native token to go and complicate and muddy the waters. I mean, it's really literally a straightforward process that's working really well. I mean, it's working really, really well.
Okay. And then Pierre, are you there? I wanted to ask about DroneTech and what they're kind of looking to do. Pierre, could you give us an elevator pitch for DroneTech?
Okay. DroneTech is a company cleaning a building with another method than the Spider-Man or scaffolding. As you know, to reach the top of big building, the skyscraper or the church or whatever, is very difficult. Some places have no access and is always complicated. Today, for the Spider-Man is dangerous. There's a lot of people die by doing this job. and the scaffolding is very expensive and take a long time. The drone is a new technology where most of people hear about the drone at this time because it's a war and we use the drone. The drone has an advantage, is no passenger. Then we use this drone, what we call a working drone, by remote to clean the facade with no contact with the surface, and we can clean any kind of surface, any building, any construction. That is the first stage of the drone. Very quickly, we are going from cleaning to cleaning the photovoltaic panel plant. We are going to go to the painting, and we are going to work by remote. This means from one country, we can drive a drone to another country and to clean the facade. The example, you are in USA, from San Francisco, we can clean the Empire State Towers in New York by not being there. That is what one big part where DroneTech is, and also DroneTech developing a very accurate software collecting the data, and all this data can be useful for company making expertise on building and survey and so on.
Okay.
So I mean, just to quickly translate that, James, when we did the initial tokenomics, if you like, the initial tokenomics were on simply facade cleaning. However, how SkyFi works is that we have a percentage share on the gross turnover of DroneTech. So the thing that's really actually exciting is that all these things that Pierre has mentioned, which is the painting. These drones are going to be able to actually do painting on the facades. You know, they're going to be able to do installation. They're going to be able to sell the data to other companies that need the data to compile reports on the safety of the buildings and construction. All that actually enters into the gross turnover of DroneTech, which then again rewards our NFT holders. So, you know, so it's just to add a quick translation there onto what Pierre had added there.
Okay, very cool. I absolutely love this because I've always loved drones myself, but I've always waited. They've never really been useful before. You know, we've just used them to fly around and see cool things. I mean, which is useful. But I love that using drones in a way that keeps people safer. It's actually cheaper. It's faster. Really, this is what technology is supposed to do. It's supposed to make life easier. So I love that you're doing that with the technology that I'm really passionate about. And then combining it with the blockchain, which is another technology I'm really passionate about that hasn't been always used for useful things in the past. So very excited about this partnership and what you guys are doing together. Do you want to kind of give either Greg or Pierre, whichever feels more qualified? We'll get to audience questions here in a little bit because there's a lot of them. Do you want to kind of just give an update on how the last 3 or 4 months have gone, and is everything kind of going on schedule? What's the biggest challenges that you face, and just kind of give us a general update?
I think I'm going to let Pierre handle that one because every time he gives me a surprise, so I'm looking forward to this one as well.
Now, the big challenge, you have to realize the drone is not a toy can you use on your backyard. A working drone is an airplane. You have registration of the drone, like an airplane. You have a pilot with license. You have a regulation. You have a takeoff checking for people flies and all that. You have landing, maintenance, and everything. It was a big challenge at the beginning because it's very difficult to get all the authorization from the authorities. It's a risk, and the risk assessment is very important. So we face that at the beginning during the first 3 months. We got that. We go through that now. And the next challenge will be to have, we have the client. at today. The big challenge is to satisfy the client with the quantity of drone we need. That in front of that, we have to put an investment. That is the next challenge. And it's the reason why we're talking today.
Okay. Very, very cool. No, love it. Let's bring up some audience questions. And again, you guys feel free to direct the conversation if you want to. Let's see here. Toga is the first one. We'll do the live ones here, and then we'll get to Twitter ones. So you guys being here live, you take precedent over the Twitter people who may or may not be here. But Toga says, if I'm not wrong, SkyFi aims to create a community by making ownership via NFTs on making decisions to act together. Will it turn into an investment DAO in the future?
Okay, no, that's a great question. No, the NFTs do not own part of Pierre's company. The NFTs do not own a drone. So the NFTs basically are there to provide the funding for Pierre to go and grow and become as successful as what we believe he's going to become. But I mean, that's now, if we start talking about shares and all that, that's very dangerous territory, and that's not where we are heading whatsoever. So again, to make it very clear, the NFTs do not have a share in Pierre's company. The company belongs to Pierre. The NFTs do not own a drone. The NFTs have got a percentage of reward that is paid to them for their contributions to the cause, you know, if you like.
Yeah.
So so I just want to make that very, very clear. While you are actually there, James, and while you're actually having a look, I think it might be a very nice thing if you can Google, or maybe I'll send it to you in chat. You know, I think if you can, might be spelling this right. If you can actually have a look and maybe bring that up on a Google search on your screen, that is one of the very first projects that Pierre is starting in July. And I mean, it is absolutely impressive. So there we go. So if you go and click on that one at the right, and I think Pierre can maybe explain to you a little bit more about that.
It's almost as cool as my house.
Yeah.
It looks like your house.
Okay, good luck for cleaning, man. Is like an icon in France. To be honest, I want to start by the Eiffel Tower, but it was too much. It was over the top. Then all my relationship and the people I'm talking with said, "Come down. Let's start by another icon." Then we start by this icon because the people knows and is going to drag attention to the people of this new technology. And we are going to have exposure on the TV, on the newspaper because of that.
Okay, very, very cool. So yeah, this would be very difficult. So you guys are going to be using drones to clean all these windows. Is that what you're going to mainly be doing there?
It's not the windows, James. It's the facade. It's the whole wall.
Okay, so it's okay, gotcha. Very cool. So
the facade, the roof, everything.
Okay, very cool. Can you kind of give us an idea? I know it said a little bit in the white paper, but how long would that take for people to, you know, I guess they put up scaffolding or something to normally do it, and then how long does that take compared to the drones doing it?
Okay. To give you an idea, a drone do in between 700 to 1,000 square meter an hour. It's been 2,100 square feet to 3,000 square feet an hour. Okay. To be clear, when you finish to set up a scaffolding on the building, any building, we already finished the job.
Wow.
So we are very fast. But what you have to notice, the scaffolding is one thing, and it's not ecologic at all because you need to build it. You have a people going on it. What is dirty, and the cleaning with the scaffolding is high pressure, what damage your facade, and there's a lot of problem. Then the cost saving is here. The scaffolding is difficult, but the scaffolding have a big inconvenience. It closes all the windows for a period of time. And I just want to give you here one point. Most of the time we're talking about the price, is cheaper, is better, is faster, is environmental friendly. But we talk with a retirement house for the people, right? And they said, we're happy with the company doing the job with the scaffolding, but our residents are very upset to stay 3 weeks with no light from outside, with no window open. They all people and they get mad. We want to change that.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Then we answer a need the people need in terms of money, for sure, in terms of time, but in terms of comfort also, quality of life.
What Pierre's not mentioning to you there is that he already has an MOU in place to clean 150 old age homes.
Wow. Incredible. Yeah. I mean, I could see this growing huge. And so, yeah, it's really cool to be part of it kind of at the ground level. And this could change the industry in a lot of ways. So very, very cool. Let's get to some more audience questions here. Again, thank you guys for sending these in. You guys are amazing. Okay, so yeah, this is what you were talking about earlier, Greg. Does this NFT give you a share of the profits, or is it treated as a loan to the company?
So it's a share of the gross revenue for 2.5 years.
Okay, very good. Did the team launch similar projects before? If so, what type of businesses?
Yes, we did. So I mean, part of the team, we did launch another project that we did, and that's still going, which was a cannabis company here in Thailand. So yeah, so we have done this before, Pierre, if you want. So the cannabis company in Thailand, we were a little bit tied to it because, I mean, obviously some people, you know, with legislations and all that with cannabis, it becomes a bit complicated. So that's why then we actually ended up launching SkyFi, which would be to deal with other kinds of products and internationally.
Okay, very good. And then who makes these drones? Does DroneTech make them themselves, or do you buy them with the seed round funding?
Pierre, I'll let you go into that one.
Yeah, we don't make the drone. A few companies make working drone. I want to insist on that. This drone has very special drone. It's a professional drone. Is not many companies in the world, and the best company in the world today is called DJI.
Yes.
Guess what? Guess what? This company is Chinese.
Yes. So you're buying them from DJI, is that correct?
That's right. Correct.
Okay. All right. Very cool. Yeah. DJI, again, that's my drone that I have at home. I have the Avata. So again, DJI. So very cool.
Okay.
Let's see. When will
you have an RTK 200 Matrix?
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. When will the NFTs start producing returns? Again, that's people always, you know, whenever there's putting in money, any projections on the return or reward percentage?
Yeah, sure. I mean, Funny Toro, go and jump on our Discord or website. You know, it'll give you an idea of what the projections are. The first returns or rewards, if you want, for the NFTs will be the end of December. So, and then after the end of December, it will be quarterly there afterwards.
Okay. Yep. So in the white paper, it'll talk a little bit about this for sure. So, and yeah, keep the questions coming, guys. These are great questions. Thank you for bringing those up. Let's see. How does the business generate revenue? What is the calculation behind the white paper return estimates based on? Are there contracts for projects lined up? So do you want to talk maybe just a little bit about the revenue? We understand you generate the revenue through these cleaning contracts that are going on. Do you see, like, is work piled up and you're just waiting for more funding to get more drones, or what's kind of the status of the workflow that you have? And we may have lost Pierre.
I think we may have lost him.
He's frozen. And he's either holding really still or we lost him. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference. But Greg, I don't know. Can you take a stab at that one?
Yeah, sure. I'll give that one an answer. No problem. So, I mean, basically, James, can you pull up that question for me again there? Sorry, mate.
Yes. I lost it, but he was basically asking, oh, here it is. How is the business generating revenue? And are there contracts lined up?
Yeah, of course. I mean, basically, how the business is generating revenue, I think that's now self-explanatory. Through the cleaning of facades and buildings and all that. The calculation behind the white paper return estimates, so those are based on a percentage share. So if you go and have a look on the white paper again, we've got the different amount of raises that we can do, and depending on the amount of raises, 1 drone, 2 drone, 3 drone, 4 drone, 5 drone, etc. And then each one of those, they bring in a different percentage of the gross revenue of Pierre. So, I mean, what's the reason for the gross revenue? Well, the reason for the gross revenue, of course, I mean, like any company, you got your net revenue and your gross revenue. And of course, the gross revenue is a little bit more important. So for these 2.5 years, we actually based on the gross revenue. And I think a very important aspect of that is, where is the transparency? How do we know if Pierre tells us that he's only made, I'm going to throw out a stupid number, 10,000 euros this month? How do we know that's actually true? So these drones are equipped with a technology called BlueTag. And BlueTag, as soon as that drone takes off, it starts a log. So it starts a log through the internet. On top of that, of starting the log, we actually know how many hours that drone has flown. And then this BlueTag technology also automatically sends an invoice to the customer. So what Pierre has done, which I found absolutely amazing when it came in terms of transparency, is we have direct access to this BlueTag. So every single time that a drone is operated and the invoice gets sent out, we actually get a copy of that invoice. Which we've also then engaged with our communities that we'll be doing. We need to see exactly what the data is on it, before we can commit exactly. But I mean, it could be a bi-weekly, it could be a monthly, but we will be doing a bi-weekly or monthly report to our community of what the drones have actually earned for that month, just to really go fully transparent with the community. So I mean, basically, that's just where the return estimates are based on, and projects lined up. Pierre, again, I wish he was here, but yeah, I mean, he's got projects just coming out of his ears, for lack of a better word. I mean, I'll wait for him to come back on, because I don't want to say something I'm not allowed to say, because obviously there's a little bit of information that I'm given that I don't know if I can share it. But I know that he's set up a contract with one of the biggest construction companies in France. Which again, I prefer he says the name and not me. His contracts with these companies, they're between 5 and 10 year contracts. So yeah, I mean, we're really, really excited to be working with Pierre. I mean, absolutely excited.
No, I totally get that. That's actually why I do AMAs, is because I'm afraid I'm going to say something that I'm not supposed to say. So it's like, hey, I'll bring on the responsible people, and then whatever they say it's up to them. So Funny Turo wants to know, do the drones also do pressure washing? So it sounds like yes. So they're not just doing windows, but they're, I guess, do they do like pressure washing like we tend to think of it?
So this was the one thing, luckily I know this answer because it was asked in a previous AMA. So the one big problem with these high pressure washers, there's 2 problems. One, of course, is stability of the drones. So when you've got this high pressure coming out, it could destabilize the drone. So that's the first problem. The second problem is that they've noticed that these high pressure hoses actually damage the facade. They take the paint off. They cause leaks on windows, and that kind of stuff. So those drones are capable of doing high pressure, but the chemicals which Pierre uses on these drones are actually a chemical they spray, and then this eats up, if you want, the dirt and the grime, and it's biodegradable. It doesn't harm the environment. I know that there was one question that I saw there about drying the windows, and drying the windows. Is this now, how's a drone going to dry it? Well, the thing is, they have a reverse osmosis in the truck. So when they spray these windows with the reverse osmosis water, it doesn't leave these streaks and grime. There we go, he's back. But yeah, so they don't leave these streaks and grime on the windows. So I mean, basically, for the high pressure, Pierre, can you maybe go onto how high the pressure the drones can spray the water on?
alors, it's two kind of pressure. Hein. The pressure on the drone itself is 180 bar, but you have to consider the piping. You lose 1 bar every time you go up 1 meter.
Okay. All right. Your video looks better quality now too. So maybe that new connection will work out. So great.
I think he's just paid his internet.
Yeah. Just
No,
paid
just I tell you, my son sent me a message. My son living in USA sent me a message. He said, "Switch to your phone."
Yep. Sometimes that cell phone service better than the
Right.
Wi-Fi. So
Right.
would DroneTech? Next question here from Tommy. Would DroneTech consider making it a 4-year contract instead of 2.5 years? I think people want as much as they can get. You know, if they really like this technology.
I'm smiling because I know the answer about to come.
It's a good question. I have this answer already. Then at one point, I need to make money myself.
Yeah, that's true. Yep, totally get that. So and then Kevin wants to know, how sustainable is this? And he says, what happens if there are no buildings to clean? So what would you say to someone that asks that?
Okay. If it's no building to clean, we change job. Then we are going to do another thing with the drone. Don't worry.
Yeah, and there's a lot of it. I don't know if this is true, if you have any insight into this, but Green Llama says France has laws that require periodic cleaning of buildings.
That's right. Correct. Every 10 years.
Okay. So, I mean, there's no shortage of buildings that need to be cleaned, and it's an ongoing thing. That's one thing I like about businesses like this, service businesses like this, is it's something that people are going to need multiple times even. So you're going to have repeat customers, and then if they use you once and you saved them money, you did it really quick, it went real smoothly, there's no reason that, we used drones this time, but next time we're going to go back to using people again. I think you're gonna have a lot of repeat customers. So
that's right.
And honestly, in some ways too, it could be good publicity for some businesses. Hey, we're having drones clean. I mean, that could be a good marketing thing for businesses, because I think people will think that's cool. If I was there, I'd be taking. I'm a drone nut, but I would be taking videos like, look at this, they're cleaning the building with drones. So, really like that. I like the idea of real businesses utilizing the blockchain. This is awesome. Yes. So let me go ahead. Do we have any more questions here on YouTube? I do want to get to some of the Twitter questions too, and we're not going to get through all of them. So I never want to go longer than an hour. That's like my ADHD limit here. Let's see. I posted it on Twitter, but will there be more NFTs in the future as the revenue and company grows?
So for France, no. So because I think we've said this before, the worst thing any project can do is dilute. So what I mean by that is people are having their expectations, and now we go and print out another 2,000 NFTs, and next second we've just diluted everything. However, should Pierre, and a little birdie has told me that Pierre's already got his sights on another European country, open up another European country, and of course, should Pierre require our services, then yes, there's a possibility.
Okay, very good. So for France, that's kind of set. These NFTs are going to be what fund that. But if you end up going to Canada or something like that, or Portugal or whatever the case might be, that would be kind of a new NFT collection to kind of fund that venture there. That's correct?
Correct. Okay.
Very good. This was an interesting question. The drones can do pest removal services as well, like blasting hornets' nest off buildings. That actually, I have a peak at my house that has a hornet's nest that my bug spraying company said we have no way to get to that. So it's just sitting there. I have a big hornet's nest. It's 34 feet up at one of my peaks, and a drone would be perfect for something like that. Is that something you guys are looking at doing as well?
Correct. It's a niche market. It's not where is the money. I'm sorry to say that, but the money is on corporate and the company and a lot of building. That is a private. Is a private things, right? Is a house to clean or things like that. We are going to do it. We are not reluctant to take a business, but it's not our core business. It's not where we are going to.
Yeah, nope, totally get that. It's probably not super common to have hornets' nests that you need to get to. So, All right, let me bring up some of these. We'll go over to Twitter now, and if you're watching this live, you still feel free to ask, and I'll bring those up. Oh, Alif did say, is Pierre the only one with all the info in terms of day-to-day runnings? Pierre, do you want to tell us a little bit about your team and how big they are and things like that?
Oh, okay. No, I am not. I am not alone. This to build this company, I take the people have knowledge and experience. Is one people. His name is Thierry. He have many years working on drones and working drones. I take another guy called Miguel, who is a specialist of cleaning. He have a big company in France for cleaning. Then these two people are really people working with me day to day. And we have a people, our pilot and advisor, and we have a financial advisor. We have people on the field of cleaning working with us. So it's a team, we're working as a team. What we have a special, we don't have an office and hiring the people around the office. We hire people where they are competent and willing to do the job. Our social media is done in Sri Lanka. The pump we use are done in Denmark. Then we are not Franco-French. We want to take the people where they are and where they are good. So it's different people from different background, different experience, and it's a melting pot of idea every time we have a meeting.
Okay. Nope. Very good. Sounds great. Do you have agriculture drones? Because that is bigger than cleaning. Have you guys looked into agriculture? I know that's a big market too. Or are you focused on the cleaning for now?
Well, we you know, when you start, you make a startup, you have to be careful. You have your core business, and many people tell you, I need that also, I need that also. And you have some startup company collapse because they're not focusing on the core business anymore. To answer your question, yes, agriculture business is a business. Is the people on this business already? The main difference, the agriculture business is carrying a product with a drone. We don't carry any product with a drone. Then can set a different technology, different approach. Okay? The agriculture project also need to have a knowledge on product and qualification of product, and mostly chemical is really not our field today. But if one day is a company doing agricultural drone for sale, we can buy it and we can learn.
Okay, very good. Yeah, no, I totally agree. There's what I often see in startups is, I call it shiny object syndrome, where, you know, when you have a new technology like this, there's a million different directions that you can go. And one temptation would be, let's try everything. We're going to do delivery and we're going to do agriculture and we're going to do this. And so, what I've found is most successful for entrepreneurs and startups is you focus on one niche that I'm just going to be the best at this. I'm going to conquer this market. And for you guys, it's the French cleaning drone market. That's what you guys have said. Hey, that's what we're going after. And then, once that's established, then certainly there's, okay, now we can go, let's maybe go try, we'll do another country, or maybe we'll try, doing something else with the drones. But totally agree with how you're doing it, where you got to focus. Entrepreneurs tend to be very shiny object oriented. So I like hearing that you're focused on that. I think that's very important. All right, let's go to some of the Twitter questions now here. And again, we'll get through as many of these as we can, but we'll go maybe another 10 minutes or so and see what we can get through. So my question for the team, this is from Green Llama. If the team buys any remaining NFTs, will the community have a chance to purchase those later on?
I would tell Green Llama, let's speak about that in a week's time. Let's see what's going to happen in a week. We've got our the minting's only open till the end of the month and it's done. So I can't give him an exact answer on that. I mean, we did say that we'd burn them. So let's have a chat about that in a week.
Okay.
I mean, that's not our plan. I mean, that's not something that we've literally thought about, was to hoard NFTs and sell them again later on. So no, probably not. But let's chat again in a week.
Okay. Yeah, and let's just sell them all out. Then we don't, then the question's
work.
irrelevant. So there you go. That's what we'll be after. Just to verify too, Kevin's wanting to know what's the minimum cost to get started with the project. So before we get too deep into the questions, let's talk about the calls to action. So you're going to the website. If you want to mint, you go to this launch app here. And then what's the minimum to kind of get in here?
Well, so one NFT is at $400, 400 USDC. So we are on the AVAX network. So it's AVAX network, 400 USDC. And then again, like I said, the rewards will get dropped into USDC again on the AVAX network.
Okay, so 400 USDC on AVAX. So you're just going to connect your wallet to switch to AVAX, put in some USDC, and there's 340 left here right now. And then there's just going to be airdrops with the actual, a split of the revenue actually going to you. So very, very cool. I like the way that you guys are doing it there. Next question here. Does DroneTech only go after 3-story buildings and higher? Does it make sense to compete against lower cleanable buildings or no?
It goes higher than 3 stories. I'll let Pierre tell you that. That was surprising to me.
Well, I want to be clear. Our business and our target, our client, with more than one building. If it's a building, 1-story building, but it's 20,000 square meters, I don't mind. But what I want to say now, maybe I was not very clear. We are not going to target and to market the single and individual houses. We are going to go for a building, a shopping mall. We can do this 2-story building. We can do 3-story building. We can do, but what we are not going to go to the individual. We are going to corporate. Company have many buildings, and today these people are calling us because they are at need of solution. The people have 150, 200, 300, 500 buildings to manage, and they need to clean it.
Okay. Yep, that makes sense. So you're kind of going up market a little bit, just because, if you go to a residential, you could make a residential business out of this, but residences, they can only pay so much. Whereas if you're going to what was the name of that castle, Chateau de Chambord? I don't know, I'm probably not doing that right, but you go clean this, you're going to be able to charge a lot more and it's going to not take. A lot of the cost is going to be settling the deal and driving to the place and, planning out how you're going to be doing it. So if you go do, 1,000 residential homes or you do one castle, the one castle is going to be a bigger bang for your buck. And they have probably a larger budget than a normal residential home. So again, and that could be something in the future that you guys go into where, hey, we're going to get a team of small drones and go do, residential or something like, who knows what the future is going to bring, but totally agree with you on that direction as well. So next question, let's see, if Pierre expands into other countries, will there be new NFTs? And we already talked about that. And the answer is yes. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's going to be, again, the NFTs that we're currently selling are for the French market. Once the French are conquered, or the market's conquered, not the French themselves. But once the market there is conquered, then new NFT collection to go somewhere else. So here's my question. How long before we have AI drones doing all the cleaning? Pierre, maybe have you seen AI and drones interacting at all yet, or do you see that on the horizon?
We're doing a test right now on AI drone. The visibility on that is a couple of years maximum. It's very close.
Okay.
It's very close. Today is not a technique. Technically, we know how to do it. The problem today is which language we use to drive the drone. The major problem is the language communication with the base, but the technology is here. We know how to do it.
Okay.
Then we'll be on the market on, let's say, between 24 months to 36 months.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, no, I love technology coming together. As long as the drones don't rebel on us and, you know, start doing bad things with the AI integrated in, you know, don't want that. But no, I love technology coming together. Let's see.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. Let's see. We talked about this, so that's a repeat question. Let's see. My question for the team: actual rewards calculation are based for 50% working time for the drone. How many hours is 100% working time? Is that 8 hours? So if Pierre pushed this time, will the rewards rise linear? Do either of you guys want to talk into that?
Is 8 hours working drone. The point is when you start the business, you cannot make the calculation of full working drone. You have to estimate what you can get. Then it's not reasonable to say we work 8 hours. Then we base on half-time working drone, but very quickly we are going to be a full-time. We also base on 50% of the time because we have a new pilot. Then it's not because they have a license, then very efficient. It's like you, when you have a driving license, it doesn't mean you know to drive your car.
Right.
It's a bit like that. So it's reasonable to set 50%.
Okay, very good. Yeah, and this is something too where over time you'll probably get faster, you know, as the pilot gets more used to what he's doing, and then you guys just have more experience over time. You know, this is the same in any business. You know, even regular window cleaning, when they first are hired and they first start, they're very slow, but then over time they get really, really quick, and you know, so probably the same with these pilots in this business.
Correct.
My question is, when Versailles? Have you talked with Versailles? Any plans to start cleaning there?
We're talking at the beginning, early on, we're talking about regulation, right? Versailles is inside the Paris, is on periphery of Paris, right? And is a special regulation in Paris. Then before having the authorization, it takes a long time, right? So Versailles is not for tomorrow, like the Eiffel Tower. But I keep the idea.
Okay, gotcha. And someone's saying I skipped their questions. We talked about this one already about who's going to wipe the windows. We talked about that one. Let me know if I missed a question. Let me know in the comments. I did not mean to skip it. Cosmic, how about just go ahead and ask it here because I'm not sure which one is you. I'm not sure what your Twitter name is. But we talked about this, the pests eradication. So that's a repeat question. You know, could be a direction you go. That's not nearly the market that the cleaning is. So when Pureleaf, any further plans after Germany? I don't know. I'm not sure what they're referring to. Do either of you want to talk about that?
Well, Pureleaf is something that it's another project that we were that we're envisaging. So Pureleaf, I think we'll give more updates of that in the Discord as we advance on it. Because I mean, obviously we've got DroneTech that's in the, you know, we're concentrating at the moment at DroneTech, but then we're not just a one project wonder. We actually have about 2 or 3 other projects that are in the final stages of approval with the core team. You know, so I mean, I don't want to go and take away any spotlight from Pierre for tonight. So I think that's more of a question I'll answer in the Discord.
Yeah, nope, that sounds good. We'll stay focused, just like Pierre's focused on the cleaning with the drones. We'll stay focused. Let's see where. So I'm missing. Oh, here it is. Cosmic. I do not know how I missed this. I'm so sorry. I'm blind.
That's all right. Here.
Is the revenue from the pilot school also added to the gross revenue and in turn to NFT holders?
Oh,
I can answer this question, Greg.
Go on.
The agreement is on all revenue from DroneTech.
Okay.
Right. Include any revenue we can get.
Okay, there you go. So that's good. So anything that DroneTech does will be included in the reward to the NFT holder. So like that. Any plans on expanding the drone business to the Scandinavian countries?
Today, no. Tomorrow, we don't know. Maybe.
There you go.
Some drone is running on Scandinavian country.
Yep. Nope. I like that. That's a true entrepreneur answer. Is no plans today, but you know, what I've been saying with this project is the sky's the limit. Do you like that? That's a good tagline, right? The sky is the limit.
I'm feeling that.
That should be the marketing tagline. I think I'm going to put that on the thumbnail when I get that design. Sky is the limit. Let's see. So this is good. Was there any other questions that I missed? Let's see here. There was a couple more I saw here, but I thought were good. So I can pull them up here. Someone was asking, when do the drones stop paying out? Do you want to just go through those details again? Here it is.
So again, so the NFTs, we've got a contract with Pierre for 2.5 years. So the 2.5 years contract, I know I saw another question there saying, do the NFTs expire? So with us, the NFTs will always have a use. So an example of that use, I'm not saying this would be the use, but an example of that use is we could always say, right, okay, the contract with DroneTech has now completed. They are opening up another country, so you could exchange your NFT for a discount on that project. You know, so yes, I mean, guaranteed with DroneTech is the 2.5 years for that NFT, you know, which is the time of our contract. But then after that, the NFT will always have a use. I don't know if that answers that as clearly as what I can.
Yep. So even after they stop producing revenue or they stop getting the rewards, they'll still will be some use for them. So they're not going to just be one of those. If your wallet looks anything like mine, it's full of 50 useless NFTs that at one point I thought were going to do something, but that is not going to be the case with this. So
is that a promise, James? We can swap wallets for a week?
Maybe we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. We'll consider. All right. I think that does anybody else? Okay, here's one last question live, and then we'll wrap up with some calls to action because I'm a marketing guy. You cannot stop without the calls to action. If we were coming to France for other business, would it be possible to visit DroneTech operations while we're there as an NFT holder?
Pierre, I want to answer this question, if you may. We've actually already had a member meet Pierre. So we have had a member from our team, from our Discord, and Pierre was in Toulouse. And this member asked Pierre if he could meet him. And the reply that Pierre gave me, I thought was classic, which is why I'm taking away the answer from him. You know, is Pierre's not a crypto guy. He's not from the crypto world. I mean, he knows what Bitcoin is. He knows what Ethereum is. But I mean, that's probably as far as what his knowledge of crypto goes. And when he met this guy in Toulouse, you know, I said to Pierre, "Oh, that's really nice that you've done that. You know, that you've gone to go and meet a member of the community." And Pierre looked at me with this really puzzled expression, and he said to me, "In my country, we call that a business meeting." So I just thought it was absolutely amazing. I mean, they sat down, they had a cup of coffee together. I know Cosmic Red, I'm taking a bit of the Mickey out of her because, I mean, we really do love her in our Discord. But they missed each other. I mean, Pierre has another company in Cambodia, and Cosmic Red actually lives in Cambodia. And they wanted to, there we go. Tim Collins says, "Hi, I can confirm it's me who met Pierre."
All right, it's a true story then. We can confirm.
It is a true story. It is a true story. So, but yes, I mean, Pierre wanted to meet Cosmic Red, and I'm going to take the blame on that one. I was supposed to pass on phone numbers, and I'm just going to blame it on old age. I completely forgot. But I mean, Pierre is more than willing to meet anyone, you know, who comes down to France and says, "Let's have a cup of coffee."
Amazing. Love that. No, I love that. Just availability. And if I make it to France, you know, if I make it, I'd love to meet you too, Pierre, and just kind of see things and check stuff out. So that could be a cool trip. Could make some cool videos too, you know.
Sure.
Marketing.
Sure.
Got two last things here. Don't forget to mention the BlueTag software. Do one of you want to tell us about the BlueTag software?
I touched on that briefly, which was where I said the invoices, you know, where we get the transparency, but it's actually a bit deeper than that. Pierre, you tell it so beautifully. Go on there.
Okay, you talking earlier on about AI. Okay, BlueTag is part of AI. Okay, BlueTag is some things from A to Z for the client, for the company, manage everything. It means if you want to know at what time the people are going to arrive on your building and start cleaning your building, and you want to know the window number 24 is clean at what time, you have all that with the video and everything. If you want to know how much you paid 5 years ago, you have it immediately. If you want to know what is the name of the insurance and guarantee the job has been done, you go to BlueTag and you get it. And the top of that, BlueTag have AI, at the beginning of AI, for flying the drone with a long distance.
Okay, very good. Love that. That's very cool. So yeah, another data is definitely there's a huge market there. So that's super cool.
What Pierre forgot to mention about the BlueTag there is, which I know why that question was asked, is Pierre is actually licensing out BlueTag. So he can license that out to trucking companies. He can license that out to other drone companies. He can license it out to shipping companies. Basically, it will just give you a whole tracking, the inventory, and the accounting. But now what's so exciting about that is I think Pierre's mentioned any revenue made by DroneTech is shared by NFT holders. So any revenue that is actually generated from BlueTag through the licensing of it does benefit these NFT holders. So he's being very modest there, Pierre. Don't be.
Very good. Hey, we like modesty, right? Right. We like that. Two last questions we got here. Will you be selling franchises to other countries? Is that something that you've thought about, is franchising so that you don't have to do it? But is that something you guys have thought about?
Just so you know, James, that's my mother. Hello, Mom.
Oh, there you go. I see the resemblance. So.
Okay, we can talk that now the show, James. Okay? For now, I said concentrate on what we do.
Well, he does say that, but he's actually already licensed out a part of it to Monaco, or he's in the process of getting a franchise set up in Monaco. So I don't know if you know Monaco, James, if you watch Grand Prix.
Oh yeah, well, I watch soccer, so I know Monaco from there. So,
okay.
So he's actually in the process again of setting up a franchise of DroneTech in Monaco, which again benefits. Well, you can guess who.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. This isn't a question. This is more of a poke at me. But yeah, James, make sure to next AMA you're wearing a different T-shirt. So that's gonna be on Monday. If I'm still wearing this shirt on Monday, you guys should, call me out on that. That's ridiculous. I shouldn't be doing that. So we'll go ahead and wrap up there. Again, I always like to end with calls to action. So free calls to action. Hit like on this video, the easiest thing. Go follow SkyFi on Twitter. That would be an easy, free thing that really does help out. Getting that follower count up does help. And then you'll get updates as they're putting out tweets. You'll start to see those. You can interact with those, and it helps the community grow. I'll leave a link to their Discord. Go join in their Discord. Again, those are all free things. So I would encourage everybody here to go do those 3 things. Okay. Now, if you want to get involved financially, not free, and this isn't for everyone. Okay. It's up to you. If this is something that you want to be a part of, if you hate drones and you're like, no, I don't believe in this at all, then yeah, this might not be for you. But this is something I'm really passionate about. I've always wanted drones to take over the world and do everything. I would love it if someday we go outside and there's drones delivering our groceries, and there's drones taking people to places, and there's drones cleaning our buildings. And I think SkyFi and DroneTech are a part of building what my dream, my vision. So, but you can go to this DroneTech. I'll leave this link down below. Connect to your MetaMask wallet over on AVAX. Approve your USDC, and then it's going to be 400 USDC. You can mint as many as you would like, correct? There's no limit on the upper end. So if you want to mint, I have 10. If you want to mint 10, you get 4,000 USDC, put it in here, and you get 10 NFTs. And then returns, rewards, estimated revenue generation. Again, I'll leave a link to the white paper. And we talked a lot about that it's one thing I'll say to people. It's a little bit difficult to talk about returns and things like that, because you have to be so careful what you're saying. So I'll post a link to the white paper and kind of go look there. But you know, the SEC is on the prowl right now, so we just got to be a little
Fighting.
extra careful. Yeah, exactly. So James has decision fatigue. His wardrobe is filled with the same shirt. You're actually not too wrong there. So we'll wrap up there. Audience, you've been amazing. Thank you for all the interaction, all the questions.
And James, maybe you want to tell someone how they can win that NFT? Because I know
yes.
you. Well, I mean, if you want to give it to me, that's fine.
Yes. Are we giving one in the video also?
I reckon we could do that if you want.
Okay, because I know we had the one on Twitter, but I couldn't remember if we had talked about giving another one. But yeah,
I said that you guys could give away an NFT. So.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it live. If you stuck around through my outro, then you're in luck because we're gonna do a giveaway here of an NFT. So amazing. So what you do to enter this giveaway, it's only if you're live. If you're watching this as a replay, you can't win it because this is live. We're doing it live. But let's do hashtag. Let's just do hashtag. Let's just do hashtag drone. Okay. Hashtag drone in the comments. You'll be entered to win here. I'll pull out a winner here real quickly. So amazing. Surprise giveaway. Sometimes I like get people to the AMA by saying there's a giveaway, but then you have people who only show up because they want the giveaway. So these are the true fans who actually care about the technology. They even stuck around through me saying thank you and goodbye. So you guys deserve this. So I'll give you guys maybe like, I'll give you another 10 seconds here to enter. But yeah, just hashtag drone. And then I'm going to have you get in touch with my collab manager, Tycho. So I'll leave his Discord in here. And then you just get in touch with him on Discord and he will get you hooked up. So we'll give you another 5 seconds. Hashtag drone. All right. Gonna draw here. All right. Going. It is closed. Let's see who the winner is. If I win, I'll give it to somebody else. That would not that would seem rigged. But as you can see, it's totally random. So Gil Kiabu, welcome. Thank you for entering, and you are the winner. So I will leave a Tycho's Discord here. So Tycho Prado 3715. Just get in touch with him on Discord. We will get you your free NFT. So amazing. Thank you, guys.
Done.
Thank you for everybody who stuck around. And thanks, Greg, Kyle, Pierre. Thank you guys for building something in the space worth talking about and worth investing in. And keep up the good work. Let me know what I can do to help you guys in the journey.
Awesome. Cheers.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, everybody. I hope you all have a great rest of your Saturday. Take care.